All right, diving right in today. Top one. 3 young girls murdered in Southport. Tragic. Just truly awful.
Mm-hmm.
But there's another layer to this whole thing.
Yeah, the killer.
Known links to terrorism.
Right.
And you can bet that ignited a huge debate. Accusations flying everywhere, people demanding answers.
Absolutely. And rightfully so, in a way. It's a case that, well, it forces us to look at some really tough questions about how much the public needs to know, about balancing security and a fair trial.
Exactly. I mean, the prime minister's come out saying releasing information about the killer's terrorist ties before the trial, that'd have been a disaster. It could have messed up the whole legal process.
Totally. Legally speaking, that's a huge EE minefield. National security versus everyone's right to a fair trial.
Well, yeah.
It's not a new problem either. I mean, think back to the ABC trial.
Oh, wow, yeah.
The 90s, pre-trial publicity went crazy.
I vaguely remember that one, yeah.
Ended up, basically, they decided the jury was prejudiced by all the media attention, had to have a whole retrial.
Oh, wow. So where's the line? When does the public's right to know actually override the risk of, a trial getting thrown out because of all the attention?
That's the million-dollar question. And of course, in this case, the opposition is screaming cover-up.
They are, saying the government flat out hid things.
Big time. They're pointing at, holes in the official timeline. When exactly did the government find out about this guy's extremist views? How deep was he really into these terrorist groups?
And they're claiming they're documents.
Yeah.
Evidence being kept secret.
Right. Deliberate withholding. Now, whether it was really a cover-up, that's for the inquiry to figure out.
If they can even get to the bottom of it, right?
But politically, damage is done. People don't trust the government like they used to. Questions about competence, about honesty even.
And then there's PREVENT, this whole counterterrorism program. It's supposed to stop this exact thing from happening. Multiple people reported concerns about this guy, yet nothing was done. I mean, how?
That's the core of it. That's what this inquiry is desperately trying to understand. Was PREVENT just starved for resources? Or is it broken on a deeper level? Some folks are saying it's fundamentally flawed, relies too much on gut feelings, subjective assessments, and then it ends up pushing away the very communities it's meant to help.
So the inquiry, it's supposed to be untangling all of this. Give us some answers. What are they actually looking into?
Pretty much everything. Intelligence agencies, police, social services, any state institution that might have dropped the ball. It's a massive undertaking. Plus, they're digging into the killer's online activity, trying to trace his path to radicalization. Which websites, what kind of content, was there one specific platform that pushed him over the edge?
It's hard to wrap your head around. And honestly, with all this talk about politics and procedures, it's easy to forget what's at the heart of it. 3 young lives lost.
Absolutely.
So for our listeners out there, this might seem like a big, messy political drama, but why should they care?
Because this goes way beyond those 3 girls, as tragic as that is. It's about basic principles. Transparency in government. Accountability. Do our counterterrorism measures even work? If a system like this fails so badly, none of us are truly safe. And it makes you wonder, are we even trying to solve the real problems? Or are we just slapping bandages on the symptoms of extremism?
Yeah, no easy answers, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But this could be a turning point, a moment where we're forced to rethink this whole balance between security and freedom in a world where, terrorism is a constant threat.
Exactly. The inquiry might give us some answers, but we have to stay engaged. Talk about this stuff. Demand better from our leaders. It's on all of us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And here's something to consider. What if this case, this whole horrible situation, becomes the thing that finally changes how we deal with terrorism? One that prioritizes both security and individual rights? We'll keep digging into these questions in future deep dives. But for now, stay curious, stay informed, and keep those minds working.
I couldn't have said it better myself.